Hello. Today I'm not looking at programming so much, I'm reviewing a strategy. This is a strategy based on consecutive Renko bricks. I've seen this documented in various forums, blogs and videos, so I'm not really sure where the strategy originated, but it's a good strategy for a mechanical test. So today I'm going to cover what Renko bars are, how this strategy works, and I'm going to cover an expert advisor that I wrote to backtest this and get some results for you. And then I'm also going to look at some simple math that you can use just to visually review these charts and see how well this strategy might work for you. So let's start with a quick description of what Renko bars are. On the screen I have a Renko chart. MetaTrader 4 does not have an inbuilt Renko capability, but if you search through Google you can find a number of custom indicators that you can download that will install a Renko chart for you. There is a little bit of tweaking to be done, so read the instructions when you get those. Basically, a Renko chart is not time-based. When you install it on your MetaTrader chart, you will still have the time scale at the bottom of the chart, but just ignore that because the Renko bars are not related to time. A new Renko bar or brick forms when the price has moved by a sufficient amount, and that amount can be specified. Generally, the custom indicators you install will let you specify it. On the chart that I'm showing here, I've set these bricks at 20 pips. So every time the price has moved 20 pips, it will form a new brick. Also, the bricks are typically aligned to round number prices. So you can see I've pointed to one brick here where the price was at 1.1860. That's a nice round number that divides by 20 pips. And the bottom of that brick then, this was an upward brick, the bottom of that brick was at 1.1840. So this is a 20 pip move in the upward direction, and that's what formed this brick. An upward brick, as I'm pointing at here on the screen, begins at the top of the previous brick. So this top green brick here has begun at the top of the previous brick. It doesn't matter of the direction of the previous brick. An upward brick begins at the top of the brick before. And a downward brick always begins at the bottom of the brick before. And all bricks, as I said before, in this example are 20 pips. If you're installing your own Renko chart, you can set to any side that you like. Now, because each brick begins at either the top or the bottom of the previous brick, there will never be an overlapping brick in a Renko chart. Consecutive bricks will not be in the same space. I know you can see here on the right hand side of the chart that there appears to be an overlapping brick. This is just the brick that's currently forming, and when that has finished it will either be above or below the brick before. So now let's look at the strategy. This is a strategy based on a continuation of a trend. So as soon as there are three bricks in the same direction, and I've highlighted three downward bricks here, that's the entry point. So we would be entering at the bottom of this third brick. As soon as that third brick has formed, we would enter a sell trade here. Now it doesn't just have to be sell. On the left hand side here I have three bricks continuing in an upward direction, and we would enter at the top of that brick. And the exit signal is on a reversal as soon as we get one brick in the opposite direction to the trend. So I would be exiting at the top of this upward brick. And that's a very simple strategy, very easy to understand, and if you have a Renko chart installed, you can easily see when these happen. Now the test results. I wrote, as I said, an expert advisor to test this. I ran it across 6 months from April to September 2020. I ran across 6 currency pairs: Euro, Pound, Australian dollar, US dollar, Euro, US dollar, Pound, US dollar, Dollar Canadian, and Dollar Yen. And I had the same settings for all of those pairs. I was looking for how many trades would be executed, how many of those trades would be a win, and I wasn't looking at the dollar value of the win or loss. I was simply looking at whether they closed at a better price than they opened, so simply counting the number of wins, or whether they closed at a worse price, or if they closed effectively at that break even, so the reversal put you back at the same point you started. So what I found was that the win-loss ratio was not great. my wins were slightly higher than my losses, and I also counted break-evens. And you can see in the table here that for euro pound, my win-loss ratio was better than 1 to 1. Aussie dollar was about even, euro slightly better. In general though, if you look at the totals, 205 wins, 203 losses, 76 break even, total of 484 trades over that 6-month period. It didn't appear to be a strategy that had an edge in terms of number of wins. But then of course you have to look at how big the win is compared to how big the loss. And remember, the wins are potentially unlimited if the trend continues. So I then counted number of bricks that I was in profit if I had a win, or number of bricks that I was in loss if I closed at a loss. So the bricks positive and bricks negative show how many bricks I was up or down, and I didn't count the break evens because obviously that's a 0. So we can see here that the results are not good now because the bricks negative is 389 in total, and I've got positive bricks of 410. Different currencies perform different ways. You can see the pound USD, I had less winning bricks than I had losing bricks, where euro pound, I had more winning bricks than losing bricks, but over a 6-month period, it's not a large number. And by the time you take into account that with each trade there is going to be possibly a 1 pip associated with costs and spread, then if I look at the total across all of these, I was in total by a profit of 21 bricks, and these are 20 pip bricks, so that's 420 pips profit. But I made 484 trades, and if each one of those trades is costing me 1 pip, then I'm at best breaking even on the 6 months. But then I made a variation. I thought 20 pips might be too large a brick. I tried this again with a 10 pip brick. So for a 10 pip brick, the same 6-month period, the same currencies, obviously a lot more trades because I'm going to hit that limit of a trend starting much more easily. And of course, I'm going to hit the reversals much more easily. But we can see again, the win-loss ratio is not great. Euro pound, less wins than losses. Australian dollar, slightly more wins than losses. Euro US, higher wins than losses. I wouldn't call it a significant improvement. Pound US, more trades, but again, the ratio of wins to losses is not good. Dollar Canadian, very close to break even, and dollar yen, the same. In total, 735 wins, 663 losses. But again, we have to look at how big the wins are compared to the losses. And here again, number of bricks win compared to lost, 86 to 80 for euro pound, 127 to 105 for Australian dollar, 141 to 104 in euro US, 272 to 222 in pound. In total, 905 blocks, 905 bricks winning, and 796 bricks losing, a total of 109 bricks positive. But again, if we assume 1 pip per trade in costs and spread, this would have cost me 1,885 pips for that number of trades, and I would have made 1,090 pips in profit. So again, this doesn't look like a strong strategy for consistent wins. If you don't have an expert advisor to do your own back testing, I'll just show you some simple math on screen that you can use to visually identify whether you think this is a strategy that can work for you, and you can vary the size of your bricks and maybe even play around with the strategy in terms of number of bricks for entry and exit. But based on the standard strategy, 3 bricks to enter and 1 brick to exit. If there's an immediate reversal, as I've highlighted here, I've got 3 bricks going downwards, and at the point where I make the entry, that trend finishes and I get an immediate reversal. So I'm going to lose by 2 bricks, because by the time the second brick is printed, remember they don't print beside each other, this brick begins at the top of my entry brick and closes here, so I've lost by 2 if there's an immediate reversal. In this case here, the trend continues for 3 bricks before reversing, and I've effectively made a profit of 1 brick that I've highlighted with the box here, because I reverse, close at the top of this brick, which means that I've given back 2 bricks of the trend that moved, and I've made a profit of 1 brick. In this case, I have 3 bricks starting the trend, then 2 more bricks continuing the trend, and 1 brick reversal, giving me a break even. So that leads to some fairly simple math that we can do. It takes 3 bricks to enter a trade. If N is the number of continuation bricks after that entry, so if we have a 6 brick trend, then N would be 3. If we reverse immediately, N would be 0. Then the profit that I'm making is that number N minus 2 in terms of bricks. So if I reverse immediately, then N is 0 and I lose 2. If I have a continuation, as I did here, of 3 bricks, then N is 3 and my profit is 3 minus 2, 1. So very simple math in terms of looking at this. That means that you can simply look at the charts, and if there's a trend of only 3 bricks, as we had at the beginning here, then you'll have a 2 brick loss. If there's a trend of 4 bricks, you'll have a 1 brick loss. Trend of 5 bricks, as we had down in the lower corner here, will mean a break even, and 6 or more bricks will render a profit. So just visually looking at a chart, I can pick out the number of trends that I had by finding every sequence of more than 3 bricks. I can see this was a 6 brick trend. This is another 6 brick trend. This is another 6 brick trend. And then of course we've got the 5 brick trend here. And then there are also these upward trends. This is a 6 brick, 5 brick upward trend. So it's easy enough to see where I've got trends, or how often trends occur on the chart that are more than 5 bricks. And of course, trends like this of only 3 bricks will be a losing trend. So it's very easy then to simply view the chart, find how many trends you can find of 5 bricks or more, and how many trends you can find of less. Altogether though, in my testing, I found that while it's a simple strategy, easy to follow, it doesn't tend to pay off as a mechanical strategy. You might want to consider comparing this to other information. So if the market is in a ranging mode, that's probably when it's not good to trade this. If you do sense that the market's going into a trending mode, then this will give you an indication of those trends, and you can follow them through and possibly realize some very large wins if the trends continue for a long time. I hope this has been useful to you. As I said, quite different to my usual videos. I'm not talking about programming today, but I did want to review a strategy again. I haven't done one for a while. If you found this useful, then please leave a like. If you prefer some other type of content, then leave a comment. If you want to see more of these videos, then remember to click the subscribe button and the bell icon to be notified when we release more videos. So until the next time, thank you for watching.